welcome to News Now on TV360. I am Thelma Okoro. The Nigerian military says it has destroyed all known Boko Haram terrorist camps and cells in the northeast region of the country. Speaking at his first news conference on Wednesday, Defense spokesperson Colonel Rabi Abubakar said the terrorists have been so military defeated and weakened that they can never hold any part of the territory in that part of the country. He also reaffirmed the commitment of the Nigerian Army towards ending insurgency and ensuring a safe and secure Nigeria, adding that the Army is fully ready to combat the Boko Haram insurgency along with any other group that may incite violence in the country.
Now we are moving forward, and I believe with the level of injections of what we have, material-wise, equipment-wise, the morale, the troops, is being, extremely, encouraged, and they are ready to, face anybody, not just Boko Haram. We have done it and we'll do it. So, issue of saying they will come back and attack, it will never happen again. It will never happen again. The military authority is carefully assessing and strategizing on effective ways to combat the emergence of violent crimes in the Niger Delta. We are aware of what has happened in recent time. The GMD was here yesterday and complained, he told the CDS that 250,000 liters of crude oil are being lost to this kind of thing, illegal oil bunkering. And we had partnered with him to ensure that this kind of thing is stopped. To this end, combined efforts of security forces to stamp out acts of illegal activities such as oil theft, illegal oil bunkering, piracy and kidnapping, among others, have yielded positive results.
The Nigerian Army has released 128 detainees after certifying that they had no link with Boko Haram terrorists. Chief of Army Staff Tukur Buratai handed over the detainees to Borno State Governor Kashim Shettima at a ceremony in Maiduguri, northeast Nigeria. He said the detainees included 109 men, 7 women, 11 boys and 1 teenager. He said they were arrested at different parts of the country by the military in its anti-terrorism campaign. He commended the Borno government for its support for the military in the war against terrorism. The National Emergency Management Agency NEMA has said it has received another 650 Nigerians sent back home from Cameroon Republic. The agency's camps coordinator Said Bello on Wednesday said the repatriated Nigerians were mostly women and children. According to him, so far the agency has received over 9,000 Nigerians who escaped Boko Haram attacks in the northeast region to Cameroon Republic. He said the agency has settled the IDPs in 4 major camps in the state. The agency has also appealed to well-meaning Nigerians and organizations to collaborate with the agency in assisting the IDPs. The Department of State Services DSS has begun screening of ministerial nominees presented by President Muhammadu Buhari. According to reports, the president handed over a list containing 36 names of candidates for ministerial positions to the Corporation for screening. The identities of the nominees is top secret, as screening is naturally a behind-the-scenes matter. This is according to presidential spokesperson Femi Adesina. After the screening, the DS said would forward the list of candidates to the Senate for approval. Earlier this week, during a chat with journalists in Accra, Ghana, Buhari reassured Nigerians that he would delay no further in appointing members of his cabinet, saying the appointments will be made before the end of this month. The national leader of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Bola Tinubu, has dismissed reports of a power struggle within the ruling party. He said the rumors of a power struggle were wrong and that the party was focused on helping President Muhammadu Buhari succeed in his task of ruling the country. He stated this while speaking with State House correspondents after visiting the president, along with another APC chieftain, Bisi Akonde, at the presidential villa in Abuja on Wednesday.
I've not been here since Obasanjo's first term. And I understand President Buhari inherited a pit of rot in the villa. And I say, I must see him, talk to him, report to my party, with a view to knowing how to encourage him to change the rot to gold.
And what have you been discussing for over 2 hours now?
It's the rot. Rot, piles of rots upon rots.
How do you intend to clean the rot?
Oh, he's our spokesman. He will let you know.
Yes, sir, can we speak there from you, the leader of the party? We heard that there's in-house struggle in the BOT between yourself, Chief Akande, and Chief and Alaja Chief. Is that true?
Don't listen to rumors. There's no struggle. You have any platform for struggle?
Talk to us about
No, sincerely, it is not. It's not any struggle. The party is not even looking at the direction of a power struggle or anything of such. The support structure is to encourage and support the presidency you've had from Chief B.C. Akande, to help whichever way possible to institutionalize its goal, principle, and the vision for a new Nigeria. That's about it.
The Nigeria Labour Congress NLC, Trade Union Congress TUC and civil societies have demanded capital punishment for corrupt Nigerian officials as obtained in China and India. Speaking at a joint news conference in Abuja, the NLC President Ayuba Waba and TUC President Boboy Kaigama said the campaign against corruption must be intensified and sustained. To drum support for the anti-corruption crusade of President Muhammadu Buhari, the organized labor held a mass rally on Thursday in Abuja. Waba said the NLC was in support of whatever would address the issue of corruption in the country, including death sentence, as corruption had badly damaged the core of the country's national existence. The National Working Committee of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has postponed the Kogi State governorship primaries earlier scheduled to hold on Thursday, September 10th. The party has moved it 4 days ahead. This was contained in a statement released by the party's spokesperson, Olisa Metu, who stated the reason for the postponement to be logistics issues pertaining to the exercise. The statement noted that the NWC has fixed September 14th as the new date for the party's primaries, directing all members of the party to take note. The federal government has urged Nigerians to be very cautious and alert when using ATM machines at night, as armed robbers now lay ambush at ATM machine points. A statement released by OK Agubinde on behalf of the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Information said the robbers pretend to be ATM users and in the process rob unsuspecting victims. It urged the public to be vigilant and alert when using the ATM. The federal government said all banks should also ensure that ATMs are situated in properly lit premises and well guarded to enhance the safety of customers. Let's take a short break now. When we come back, we'll look at more stories. Don't go away.
Every day, every hour, and every minute, news break in Nigeria. Things happen so fast, it's most times difficult to track and comprehend them. But that's what we do right here on TV360. 2015, would you want to come back again?
It's like asking Jesus Christ if he knew he was going to die, will you want to come back as the savior of the world again?
We do not just help you track the stories, we break them down, explore all the angles, analyze the issues so that you can fully comprehend the stories and use them to make the right decisions.
And welcome back. You're watching TV360 News Now. To business stories. The Lagos State Chamber of Commerce and Industry says the manufacturing and service sectors in the country have now entered a recession following a 40% decline in Nigeria's growth rate for the second quarter. It says tight forex policies by the CBN are partly to blame, especially for the decline in the manufacturing sector. Speaking at a media briefing to present the third quarter report of the LCCI on the state of the economy, President of the Chamber, Remy Bello, said, while the past 100 days of the President Muhammadu Buhari administration has recorded some positive developments for the economy, the country sometimes continues to reel in the face of depleted government revenue as a result of the fall in global oil prices. The LCCI president said the biggest challenge confronting investors in Nigeria at the moment is the CBN policy on foreign exchange, which he says has caused a lot of disruptions and dislocations for local manufacturers who are finding the business environment much stifling. He called on President Buhari to review the situation, saying the CBN should allow market forces determine the exchange rate with some minimal intervention. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC) Thursday said Nigeria has lifted a ban on 113 vessels into its territorial waters. NNPC said President Muhammadu Buhari had approved the consideration of all incoming ships subject to a letter guaranteeing that they are free and will not be used for any illegal activity. The state oil company added that the president had directed a review of activities of all affected vessels to determine culpability in illegal operations in Nigerian territorial waters. In July, the Nigerian government banned the 113 crude oil vessels from doing business in any of the 27 oil terminals within the length and breadth of the Nigerian territorial waters. Oil prices edged higher on Thursday ahead of weekly U.S. stocks data. This comes despite fresh signs of an economic slowdown in China and Japan that fueled concerns growth could be grinding to a halt. Crude prices have fallen more than 3% this week on persistent worries over global supply and a supply glut. Brent crude rose 21 cents to $47.79 per barrel, while U.S. crude futures were up 35 cents at $44.50 a barrel. Oil prices have fallen over 50% since June 2014. The oil price fall was compounded after OPEC countries led by Saudi Arabia decided last November to keep output high to defend market share. To international stories now, widespread flooding and landslide in northeast Japan have forced more than 90,000 people to abandon their homes. The city of Joso, north of the capital Tokyo, was hit by a wall of water after the Kinugwa River burst at the banks. Helicopter rescue teams have been plucking people from rooftops. One person has been reported missing in the region, and at least 12 people have been recorded injured. The hardest hit areas have been Ibaraki and Tochigi prefectures. Japan's meteorological agency had put both regions on its highest level of alert. Thai police have said one of the suspects in custody over last month's deadly shrine bombing in Bangkok has a Chinese passport and is from the country's Xinjiang region. Yusufu Meraili was arrested just last week trying to flee across the Thai border into Cambodia. He has since confessed to carrying a rucksack that contained the bomb that killed 20 people at the Erawan shrine. He said he exchanged the rucksack with a man caught on CCTV wearing a yellow t-shirt shortly before the attack. Meanwhile, Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman Hong Lei told reporters at a daily press briefing on Thursday that China is following the investigation of the case and has been in close contact with Thai authorities. Former FIFA presidential candidate Prince Ali of Jordan has announced his intentions to contest in next year's FIFA presidential elections. The 39-year-old announced his intentions in a speech in Amman, saying he had come too far to walk away. Ali narrowly lost out to Sepp Blatter in May's polls, forcing a second round of voting before he eventually stood down. He is the fifth candidate to declare his intentions following decisions by UEFA President Michel Platini, South Korea's Chung Mon-jon, former Nigerian footballer Segun Odegbami, and Brazilian legend Zico to put up their mandates in the race to replace Blatter as president of FIFA. Four-time World Player of the Year Lionel Messi has lavished praises on England and Manchester United striker Wayne Rooney after the latter broke the England goal-scoring record. In an interview with the English press, Messi congratulated Rooney for achieving the landmark, while also hailing him as a generation I beg your pardon, as one-in-a-generation player. Rooney broke the England goal-scoring record on Tuesday with a penalty against Switzerland, helping him to become the first English player to score 50 goals in the national team, surpassing the great Bobby Charlton, who scored 49 goals in 106 appearances. Well, we've come to the end of news now. We thank you very much for joining us. I am Thelma Okoro.